Overhang climbing is when you're climbing on a wall that's angled greater than 90 degrees and you're usually leaning back. It's one of the most difficult angled walls to climb on because it requires so much more core and grip strength, even leg and foot strength, than any other wall angle. In this video, we're going to go through tips to make those overhang climbs so much easier. Let's get right into it. Hi, I'm Sarah from SendEdition.com. If you're climbing between a V0 and V5, click subscribe right now. I'm making these videos just for you. Tip number 1 is consider yourself like an accordion. You're going to stretch out and bunch up together. Your hands are going to get further apart from your feet, and then they're going to come back together. When your arms are further apart, your hands are further apart from your feet, it puts more strain on your core and makes it more difficult for you to hold your position. So if you find yourself stretched out, try and move your feet to be closer to your hands. This will make it so that you have less muscle use being used while you're climbing so you can climb longer. Tip number 2 is one that's not discussed a lot with beginner climbers, which is exactly why I'm sharing it with you right now. And that is focus on your breathing. Your core takes a lot of power from the control of your breath. So when you are climbing on overhangs, pay special attention to breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. You'll be surprised how much harder you can climb when you're focusing on the breath of your body, breathing while you're climbing. Tip number 3 is one that I hope you've heard before, but if I didn't include it in this video, it would not be appropriate for overhangs, and that is to keep your arms as straight as possible. When you bend your arms, you're putting a lot of pressure on all of you, where you are putting all of these muscles, even into your pectoral, a lot more stress than they need. So try and keep your arms as straight as possible while you're moving. To do this, you'll be forced to use your hips and your feet, which is even better because it will force you to use more muscles in your lower body to make the movements you need, which will make it so you can climb longer as well. Tip number 4 is to use your hips. Now, if you find that you're doing a sideways motion or some sort of movement that you might be swinging, consider engaging your hips. You can either turn your hips in towards the wall wherever you are, or you can even bring yourself into the wall a little bit more just for a moment. It will give you the stability you need to make those moves. Now, when it comes to overhangs that are super angled, so you're practically horizontal when you're climbing, this is going to be a really difficult thing to do, and it may actually make your climbing worse. So consider, if you're at a 45-degree angle, then turning your hips towards the wall is a great plan. But if you're at a whatever degree this is angle, then you may find that turning your hips in towards the wall actually makes it worse. So pay attention to your hips while you're climbing. Tip number 5 is to get creative with your footwork. This is the most fun part of overhang climbing, is the opportunity to do toe hooks and heel hooks is everywhere, especially when you're V5 and lower. There will be plenty of spaces where you can either use a volume, you can use big handholds and just stick your toe in there and give you additional stability with your footwork. So get creative, find different places that you can try heel hooks and toe hooks. Thanks so much for watching to the end of this video. If it was helpful, please like this video and subscribe. These are indicators that you like this kind of content so I can create more for you. Thanks again for watching and enjoy your climb, guys.